more salvaged and abandoned vehicles in the state of Texas than anywhere else in the country. Thousands hit the auction blocks each week. It's a gold mine for those willing to stomach the risk. The right flip can turn a clunker into tens of thousands of dollars. Or leave you saddled with a pile of scrap metal. On this episode of Texas Car Wars, bidding gets downright heated.
Josh is fighting me big time.
They're a bunch of degenerates. They don't have a clue what to do with this car.
One garage finds some hidden treasure.
I might be sitting on a little pile of gold.
Another's luck runs out.
This sucks, and I just want to give up.
While others have themselves a showdown.
Dennis is about to blow a gasket.
Get your ass out.
Keep raising your voice like that to me, man.
You're going to do what?
Central Texas is a hot spot for flipping old cars into gold cars. Local garages will gamble on clunkers they hope will turn them a fast buck.
All we need is just one good flip.
If I find something sweet, I'm gonna pay to get it to move it. We've had some bad luck with our last few flips. We need to win big to get us back in the game.
These auctions, like everything is about money and profit. Dude, we get it.
We don't get it.
We don't get it. All right, we're stupid.
These guys have gotten us in hot water too many times. I'm not letting these guys waste our money today. I am doing bidding.
Keep it on him. Keep it on him. Oh, let's go.
Everybody at these auctions knows I'm probably their biggest competition. I don't even know how those turkeys can pay their bills.
What happened to the days when you could go to an auction on a Tuesday night, buy a car for $500, run it through the Friday auction, and make you $500? Every day is a good day for making money, and today I'm going to shine.
Today, the garages are going to a storage facility in South Austin, where a few clunkers have overstayed their welcome in storage lockers. Some quick auctions should help them find a new home. With this kind of seized property up for bidding, there's a real chance to find some hidden treasure.
Bidders have exactly 10 minutes to look at a car before it hits the auction block. You can open the door, you can open the trunk, look in the glove box. I don't care. Just don't start the car. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first auction item up today is a 1956 Studebaker. Yes, this is a cool classic car right here.
Originally a blacksmith shop and carriage maker, the Studebaker Company began making cars in 1904 and quickly became known for their performance and style.
Wow. I love the Studebaker. The engine looks good, the body looks good. I just need Holly to fall in love with it.
Show Holly the speedometer. Show Holly the speedometer. She'd love it.
This is cool.
Isn't that bad, babe?
Oh my gosh, I want this car.
It only takes, I know exactly what it takes.
I know, honey, that's why we have 2 kids.
You work her like a real brother.
Babe, did you see the headliner in this thing?
Yes, darling. Just remember, everybody else is going to be saying the same thing, so we don't need anybody hearing us.
It's too late, Holly. I think they could hear you in Oklahoma.
Anybody that looks at this is going to see that it's a quick flip.
Yep.
There's no doubt Holly's interested in this one. Barrett is in on the Studebaker.
The president, huh? Presidente. Well, these are some weird little cars. Some people, they're all about them. Some people are not. Body's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
All the glass looks pretty good. Got a nice interior.
These floorboards are super nice. Look at that.
Yeah, this car's got about as much style as Frank, but I think this is a good one to throw our money, I guess. And I'm feeling good about the Studebaker. I can make this car quick flip with no problem.
Why is it Josh only bids on cars that are shiny?
Make sure and shut everything as hard as you can so everybody has a hard time opening it.
Yeah, lock all the doors.
Rodriguez Rod and Cycle are liking what they see. Looks like they're in it too.
Wait, I'm gonna make a guess, man. It's got a Studebaker engine.
We'd spend hell trying to find parts for it.
Oh my gosh.
Studebaker parts are hard to find. You're gonna spend the rest of your life looking for them in a junkyard. I don't have that kind of time. Buddy, this car does absolutely nothing for me. Come on, before something falls off in our hands, we have to own it.
Let's go, Tig. Come on.
Well, Frank is not interested in the Studebaker.
This is actually a pretty cool car, man.
It is cool.
I'm not really seeing any body problems, are you?
Wow.
Actually, like, really well. Damn, this Studebaker looks badass. It almost looks like you could wash it off and drive that sucker home.
Any car that doesn't need mechanical work is a Tomic's dream car.
Yeah, interior's nice, exterior's nice. Damn, was this thing in a garage?
But I don't think it's gonna be cheap, dude. We ain't got the cash for it.
Our budget is $1,500, and we're gonna stay in it.
But dude, this is a car we should just buff out and sell. Let's throw some money at it and see what happens.
If it stays in Atomic's budget, they're in on the Studebaker.
Let's see who's going to own this car today. How many? 2,000. 200. How many? 2, 3. 3, 4. 4, 5.
I'm going to show these guys how to get this car and stay within budget.
Right off the bat, Atomic's bidding on this car. I wouldn't expect them to raise their hand on this thing. They're a bunch of degenerates.
3, 4, 5, 6, 5.
This car is ours.
Sarah's coming at me, but I know Holly's just waiting to jump right in.
13.
She's got her poker face on.
13.
I want this car, but I don't want anybody knowing what I have in my back pocket.
13. 14. 15.
There she is. Let's do this.
15, now half, 15, now 16, 16, 17, 17.
It's time to drop the hammer.
17, 18, and a half, now 2,000.
I think the heat is getting to these guys.
22, 22,
I think this car is mine.
22, 2250, all in a done a half. 22 and a half, did you do it? Now 3, 23, 23, 22, 23, 23, 23, all in a done a half. So, 202 to buyer, so 202 to buyer. Rodriguez got him against Studebaker.
This car is too far along to turn into a lowrider, Josh.
It's never too late.
Hi. Hello, how are you?
I think this car is my best score yet. It's a blast from the past. We're gonna make some cash fast.
Well, Josh didn't let this one slip between his fingers. Now that he owns this Studebaker, it's time to get it in his garage and see if he's really riding a gravy train with a biscuit wheel.
Hey.
What's up,
Here,
man?
make it to the auction, man. Oh, you got here just in time to push the last 2 feet?
Yeah, he was watching us from down the street.
That's what I had to say, too.
Bastard.
You guys did good, huh? Yeah. Ooh, nice.
This car's in great shape, rust-free, running condition. We're gonna turn this thing around quick. Hop in there, Bill, see if this thing will fire up. Try to mess with this choke a little bit. All right, try it.
Here we go.
Go.
Fire in the hole.
Oh my God, dude, that's that ass. I knew it. I knew this thing ran. We need to make a parts list, so we need to walk around this thing, figure out what we need to get. Definitely want to get some tires for this thing, right?
Yeah, white walls. I definitely have a carburetor we can put on it.
I'm just gonna put on here engine. We definitely need to track down that trim and stuff that we're missing. You know, with a brand new interior, some fresh white wall tires, putting some parts on the motor, making this thing look good, it's gonna be an easy sell. We gotta keep it simple and cheap.
Quick
Make
flip.
this thing just quick flip, you know what I mean?
We can do it.
With the engine running, if Josh and his boys can keep costs to $2,000, the total investment on the Studebaker restoration will come to $4,250. They hope to get $7,500 when all is said and done, which will bring them a potential profit of over $3,000.
Oh man, look how clean that is in there.
Holy cow.
We gotta get busy with this thing and start hustling.
It's time for more auction feuding over clunkers. The garages are all back and ready to go at it again.
First car at the auction today is my 1961 Country Sedan wagon.
The Country Sedan station wagon was part of Ford's Galaxy lineup in the 60s. Influenced by the space race, it came with sleek lines and a futuristic look. Deemed uncool in the 70s, today these cars are a hot ticket item among car enthusiasts.
You know, I'm going to tell you a story on this car. When I was a kid, we had a 61 Ford wagon. Every time my dad would hit the brakes, I would hit that dash. And I've got knots still on my forehead. I've been snake bit by some of these old cars, but I've got a soft spot for this one. I'm getting misty thinking about my old man now. Dennis, go in there and hit your head on the dash, man. Holy cow, that's a 352. That's a workhorse. I love these old FE motors. These wagons weren't too popular back in the day, but what wasn't cool eventually becomes cool.
Except your Hawaiian shirts. Those will never be cool, Frank.
I love this car.
Make them pay for it.
I hate to out jelly roll them, man, but I'm liable to start crying and during this.
Looks like Frank finally got nostalgic. He's in on this wagon.
I love the grill on this, man.
Smells good, actually.
I love the wagon, but the first thing I see is the floor pans. They're rusted completely through. I see a big hole in the floor. I can put my hand through this. Dude, that's a big hole. Rewrapping the interior for something this big, if we do it right, is gonna be like $3,500.
$3,500.
Now, if we do it cheap and we wrap these just like in blankets or something, we can kind of give like more like a beachy feel.
Let me get this straight. Your rebuild strategy on this is to cover it in blankets?
Bodywork-wise, what do you think?
It's actually not bad.
Is it power? No, it's not power.
Yeah, look down at the bottom.
Is it? Oh!
Well, looks like Atomic Garage is in on the wagon.
Country sedan.
Country Sedan. I think it's beautiful, man.
It is a monster of a car, though, too. It'd be a lot of work. It's got some good bones. It's only got a couple little rust pits coming out of it. All the trim is here, and most of it's in 95% good shape.
That beautiful dash.
Yeah, nice chrome steelies and white walls. About a 2-inch, 3-inch drop, and leave it alone. Frank's gonna try to flex his muscles today on this thing. It's way too early to think this hard. Well, when it comes to bidding, just act like we're not excited.
Josh has got his own plan for getting his hands on this beauty, so he's in.
Chrome looks decent on it. I love the taillights.
I like this.
I do too.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't a 2-speed. Not the funnest.
It's not bad. I still love it.
Of course Holly likes it. It's like an ancient soccer mom car.
Maybe I shouldn't be here today because I'm not feeling it.
What?
We're talking time and money. We're talking $7,000 to $8,000.
You think 7 to 8 to get this going? That's the only problem. It seems like all the doors don't want to close.
The only problem. That's the only problem.
Well,
Wait a minute. Instead of making a cruiser, what if we make it a party wagon?
yeah.
They haven't been to a party since the 70s. What would they know about a party wagon?
It would be a great car to have lots of people in and a surfboard on top, heading off to the beach to have a good time.
Holly got beat to turn the corner on this wagon, so Barrett's in.
Let's go to work here. I'm going to sell some. 70 on the 200, 300, 300, now 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, now 6.
They are all over this car like a duck on a June bug.
I have some really good memories of my father taking me to Little League in a car like this. I'm the one who's going to put this car back together.
I would consider it an honor to be the one to prevent Frank from reliving his childhood memories.
200, now 70, new player.
On second thought, if Holly wants it, maybe this wagon isn't cool.
7, 8, now 9, now 9.
Frank's emotionally attached to this thing. It's just gonna go up and up and up. I don't want no part of it.
8, now 9, now 900, 1,050.
Marty, seriously? You wouldn't know what to do with this car.
1,050, 1,200, now 13. He beat you up there.
I think Frank has memories of the Model T when it came out, too.
13, 1250. 13, now half, 13 and a half.
Don't show your emotion, Frank. I'll keep jacking with you.
1350.
Bring it on.
1350, 14, 14, now half, 1450, 1450, 1450, 15, 15,
There's no way I'm letting go of this wagon. No way.
$1,500, 15, all in, all done, I have. 1450, 1500.
Holly obviously wants this car. She's got the money. She can make that decision.
100.
It's up to you.
So, $1,450, fire, 2.
He who hesitates is lost. I own the car.
$1,450? It's just making me smile. Thank God somebody's helping out the economy.
Ooh, are you as hot as I am?
I am.
You ready?
First rule is don't fall in love with the car. And Frank has definitely fallen in love with this car.
Man, that's a good-looking car. I like that car. If I start getting stupid, y'all just hit me with something.
We'll have to see if Frank's sentimental attachment turns into money in his pocket or just a foolish day of bidding. Coming up on Texas Car Wars,
Damn, they don't make the season.
Dennis and Block work on their communication.
Shut the up.
There ain't no use in screaming at me for no reason.
With the 61 Country Sedan back at Old School Customs, it's time to see if Frank got himself a deal
That's close enough.
or was blinded by some fond memories of yesteryear.
I believe this thing's going to run, Big Block.
Think so?
I'm going to do this one myself, man. Whether the car will start, that's always the game.
Come on, baby girl. Come on.
Pour a little more gas in there, Big Block.
Damn.
I'll be darned.
Try. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Man, I knew there was a reason why I got misty over this car. Let's walk around this thing and see what we need to do to it. I'm going to make this car look like it did when it first rolled off the line. The seat's going to be about $250. Paint job's going to be $1,500 to $1,800. I see daylight here. I see daylight there.
Oh my gosh, these holes in the floor pans makes it look like a Flintstone car.
I'm putting Block in charge of patching the floor pans. He's kind of cutting his teeth on working on cars. He's not that experienced. I want to see what he's able to do. We got the metal for it. It's a day's worth of work.
I'm getting sick of Block learning on the job. Well, it's my ass if something goes wrong. I really hope Big Block doesn't screw up.
Looks like Frank's plan is to restore this wagon to its former glory. Frank plans to keep his cost to $2,500, bringing his total investment to just under $4,000. When it's done, Frank hopes he can sell this beauty for $9,500. That would give him a potential profit of almost $5,600.
This car will be beautiful. You don't see a bunch of these running up and down the road.
Well, hopefully Frank doesn't get too attached to this wagon by the time they finish.
I love the station wagon guy.
Well, all the garages are back for some friendly competition. We'll see who comes out on top for this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next lot is a 1953 two-door Bel Air.
Chevrolet began producing Bel Airs in 1949, but it was 1953 when its premium model was brought to market. This new series set itself apart from others with lavish interiors and chrome molding.
This is a cool car.
Definitely a cool car. Oh, this interior looks like a stuffed bear.
Body's straight, at least.
Honestly, would you want to do the body work on that
I think you know the
roof?
answer to that, right? That's like asking me, hey, do you want to punch me in the face?
As a body guy who doesn't like to fix dents, how's that working out for you guys?
There's a lot of rust on the rear here.
How's the frame? Is it original?
Yeah, better be original with all that rust all over it.
That goes to the radiator. Radiator sits right here in front.
Nope. The engine's a little stiff, but if we can make it work, we can make a shitload of money.
This one's rough, but I think we can actually afford it.
If you let us bid high enough for it.
Atomic is looking to gamble on this Bel Air, so they're in.
It's pretty rough, fellas.
Wow.
Look at the seats, though.
Yeah, look at him. Let's look at him from afar.
I don't think it's good to shop.
Holy mackerel.
There's some work in this one, fellas.
This is a cool car, but there is way too much work. We need an easy flip.
Look at the cool pinstriping on the...
Yeah, I don't care.
Barrett is like the Roach Motel for classic cars. Once they check in, they never check out. Let's walk away before we even get
I'm
to...
not interested at all.
All right.
I don't care.
We'll leave it for the Atomic gang.
Yeah.
Barrett is not interested in this one. They're out.
Wow. Ooh. All right. This thing would paint up and clean up. You know, there is an interior already there. Somebody bought a brand new set of fender skirts for it. Somebody's trying to do something with it. This Bel Air is pretty bad off, but, you know, the rust doesn't scare me. I'll take on a classic like this one. I'd say if it goes for $500, maybe we'll step up to the plate. Let's not bite off a whole lot on this one.
Josh isn't scared off by this Bel Air, so he's in.
Good oil change and a set of plugs. I think she'll be ready to go.
Ready to roll, boy.
These Bel Airs are really collectible cars.
Man,
This one's in pretty rough shape, but there's always a buyer for this car.
it's got all the chrome. It's a two-door post.
Yeah.
I appreciate what this car's got on it.
I'm sure he would appreciate coming back to life.
So you don't think oil change and filter's gonna take care of this one?
No, sir.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't hate this car.
Yeah, we could damn sure fix it.
Oh yeah, man, I've fixed worse. Find that mouse. Find that mouse. Find the goal. Find the goal.
Yeah.
Forget the mouse.
Frank seems interested in this Bel Air, so he's in.
$50? Don't come to these things if you're not ready to pull.
Frank, please, let's just have one car. Just one.
Try me. If I want it, I'll get it.
I got clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right, but it's high time for me to make my play.
Did I miss something about this Bel Air? It's a piece of junk.
I think Frank just bids as an involuntary reflex.
Why am I bidding on the Bel Air? Because I can.
That's it. Whoever ends up with this thing, God bless him.
Frank may screw with you, but everyone has their limit. How bad do you want this, Frank?
1-6 down the bar. Atomic got it. 169.
I don't think the guys over at Atomic have resources to take this from a bucket of and make it a car.
Hi, how are you doing? Good, how about you?
You know, honestly, we haven't had a lot of breaks lately. Today was a score.
The price was absolutely right. Right now, we can get $1,500 for that car.
Yep.
Atomic thinks they got a deal on this old Bel Air, but they won't know for sure till they get it back to their garage.
It's got a straight 6.
Oh, yeah, that was nice.
A 53 Chevy Bel Air. This car's a hot item, but it's in terrible shape.
So what do you think, man?
This isn't turning, and I need to get something in here and turn this thing manually.
The only thing that worries me, man, is just no plugs in it. Could've got water in there.
What does it smell like?
Burnt, dude.
No, it almost smells like old people's house. Like, seriously.
Why do you keep smelling it, dude?
It was a risk buying this Bel Air, but if we can get it to start, we can make 10 times what we paid for it.
The interior's fine, man, except the ceiling's all trash, all this insulation. Floor pans are bad. And besides,
Did somebody already put a panel in there?
yeah, a bunch of patch panels. Dude, I'm actually liking how little bodywork is on this thing.
Worst part's gonna be that fender, man.
Oh, I actually never noticed that. This fender's gonna suck, dude. All in all, for 53, it's freaking nice, man. All right, you guys want to throw stuff on the board real quick? Number 1, Ken, you got the motor. You gotta get that started.
Okay.
Mike, me and you, let's start sanding the body down. What do we want to do for color, man?
I like to go like a red and white.
Let's
pretty classic.
What do you want to do with the interior?
Just clean it out, man. Throw something over the seats and let it be. If we find something cheap for the carpet, just throw it in, kind of hide those patches. Unless you want to fix them. You want to go ahead and just fix them?
I don't want to fix them. We'll do what Josh does with shag and everything. As long as we get that thing running, we're going to bank on this one.
All right.
Okay? Get to work. Oh.
Looks like Atomic's plan is to do a low-budget restoration. Their rebuild budget is $1,200, bringing their total investment to $2,000. Once it's done, they hope to sell it for $8,000, giving them a whopping potential profit of $6,000.
The engine won't budge, so I'm gonna have to soak this engine in oil overnight. Oh.
Oops.
That's a little too much oil.
Well, Ken, the future of this build is in your hands. Back at Rodriguez, Richie has started tearing apart the Studebaker and has asked his father to come by and show him his wood grain technique for the dash and moldings.
How do you run out here? Run with it a little bit more. Yeah, that's looking good.
Nothing finer than a father and son working on a car.
It's cool. I love it. Dashboard's gonna be the nicest thing on the whole car.
We're done good.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Richie and his dad may have the dash under control, but meanwhile, Josh has been driving around town trying to track down some hard-to-find parts for the car, and he's found a salvage yard that just might have what he needs.
We need everything from a hood ornament to an ashtray for this car, but first thing first, I gotta find these damn parts. It'll be a fun one to get to. Oh, bees! Trying to find all the little pieces for this car is a real pain in the ass.
Damn it, why are all the ashtrays missing?
Damn, they don't make this easy.
That's why they call these parts rare, Josh. They're hard to find. But without them, this rebuild may not come together.
Y'all got somebody available to pull some parts from a Studebaker out in the back?
Man, right here. He can help you.
How you doing, man? Let's go pull some parts. All right. I wanted to get what was left of the exterior trim off the sides of this one, and I was trying to find an ashtray out of one of the two. How often y'all find snakes out here?
Is that what you're looking for?
Hell yeah.
It's under the hubcap in the seat.
Sweet. Comes with some extra fuses, too. A little bit of a rat's nest. Guess I'll take the stuff inside. You know, I'm walking out of here with a handful of parts, but, you know, I still got more stuff I need to find. I'll see y'all next time.
All right.
Thank you. If I can't find the stuff that I need for this car, this flip's gonna bust.
Coming up on Texas Car Wars, Old School's having a meltdown.
Get your ass out.
Keep raising your voice like that to me, man.
You're gonna do what?
Since the wagon's engine is already running pretty well, the boys at Old School Customs are focusing on the items that still need to be fixed. Dennis is working on the starter switch, while Big Block tackles the floor pan problem Frank put him in charge of.
Well, I tell you, trying to fix those floor pans, I'm a little concerned about Big Block's ability, and I can see some things that aren't quite kosher. We probably need to get this front seat out before we go to do too much cutting on those. Watching him do this is making me as nervous as being in a phone booth with a bobcat. Man, them sparks will set this thing off its molder all through the night and then burst into flames. Probably need to get this one out of the way.
What kind of progress are we making on this Ford wagon?
Well, we're getting closer.
The seats out.
Got the seats out.
Man, these old floor pans look a little worse than I thought they did.
Time is money, and Block is taking forever to do these floor pans.
I'd like to get as much done on this in the next couple of days as possible, and then we can get it in for paint.
If it's something that takes an hour, it takes Block damn near all day.
Well, with the floor pans holding everything up, Big Block best hurry if he doesn't want Frank to start simmering. Time is money. Over at Atomic, the boys have soaked that old Bel Air engine in oil overnight in hopes they can get it unstuck. If it didn't work, these boys might not have struck the gold they were hoping for.
Well, the oil should have gotten in there by now, you think?
Yeah, try it, man.
All right.
Definitely. Let's get on.
It was a huge gamble buying this car. This is where we find out if Lady Luck was on our side.
Pull it, dude. You got it. It's there. Almost right there. Pull, dude.
No good. I can't get this motor to turn.
Just lay back and do it. You're such a girl, man.
Need your leverage, buddy. I need you to take all your body weight and move it away from this. This is when it helps to have a larger business partner. Whoa, she's like a bull in a china shop.
Dude, I gotta...
No. God. The engine won't freaking budge, so we're gonna have to pull off the head and see what's going on underneath. I'm not too fond of this idea, because that head is 1,000,000 pounds. This sucks. It's 1,000,000 degrees in here. The sweat's running into my eye, and I just want to give up. I got it.
You sure?
Yep.
Look at the crack.
There's a crack where?
Yep, right here. Crack block. 3-inch crack. And... Dude, why is this R-lock? It starts out as a good freaking deal, and it falls apart.
Atomic strikes again.
Kenny boy, fix it.
Boys, if you want to gamble big, then you have to be prepared to lose big. Back at Rodriguez, the boys have begun putting in the parts Josh brought back from the salvage yard.
Dang, that's awesome.
The only real hurdle that remains to finish this rebuild is finding the parts they need.
Yeah, look at that, man. It's perfect for it.
That's perfect. Cool, man, that was awesome.
Most importantly, Rodriguez wants to find the original gauges for the dash and a new hood ornament. Josh got a lead on someone who may just have what he's looking for. So he's headed over to check it out, but it's a long shot for parts this rare.
How's it going, sir? Talk to you on the phone. You Steve?
Must be Josh.
I found this guy named Steve that's a member of the Studebaker Club. So you think you might have some parts for a president?
I got a couple.
I'm just hoping he's got all the parts I need.
Okay, so we've got a few things here.
Oh, man, look at that.
Yeah, headlight, bezel, a regulator, 12 push rods.
All filter adapters and...
brake lines. The hood ornament. Those are classics.
Yeah. I'm trying not to show this guy my excitement, but at this point, I could do a Mexican hat dance. I hold a gauge cluster right here.
Yeah, gauge cluster, yeah.
Hot dog.
Regulator.
Man, do you need that thing?
Headlight. No, I don't need this one.
Well, man, what do you think you want for that pile of parts?
$100.
This guy really just say $100? Sold.
Well, maybe I should ask for 2. Great.
You don't know how hard it was finding all the stuff for this car.
I know some of the Studebaker stuff's a little bit difficult.
How much do you think a car like that sells?
I don't know, because I only made about 1,900.
I might be sitting on a little pile of gold over there, huh?
You probably so.
This guy's telling me they only made 1,900 of these cars. I'm just hearing dollar signs cha-chinging in my head. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Josh.
Looks like Josh's long shot worked out for him. He scored all the parts he needs and didn't have to fight any bees this time. Coming up on Texas Car Wars.
Dude, are you serious?
Dennis and Big Block learn about teamwork.
You ain't gotta yell at me like I'm a piece of you. Get the out.
Things are looking up at Rodriguez Rod and Cycle. Josh managed to find all the final parts and pieces for the Studebaker.
Ooh, that's nice.
I know. Damn hood ornament, we needed that. We're both really surprised at how good a shape everything's in. It couldn't have worked out better.
How's that look?
Looks like a hood ornament for a 56 president.
The boys can't waste any time with the finishing touches, because they've got a potential buyer on the way over.
One of the guys in the Studebaker Club found us a buyer. Turns out her name is Sammy Studebaker. I'm waiting for her to get over here and seeing if she's ready to spend some cash.
Let's hope this potential buyer likes what she sees. This Studebaker sure looks fine. Josh didn't have to do a whole lot to it, but you gotta admit, he shined it up nice. That right there is a gorgeous car.
Hi, are you Sammy? I'm Josh.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you're a 5th generation Studebaker, you were saying?
Actually, 10th. 10th generation.
It is all Studebaker, 100%.
Yeah, I like that. Well, what are you thinking about on price?
I don't know, you want to go drive it first and see?
Absolutely. Really good. The whole car is just well put together.
I knew taking her for a ride in this car was going to be the ticket. I'm thinking this is going to be an easy sell.
All in, Josh sunk over $4,200 into the Studebaker. His original goal price was $7,500, but now he's hoping to flip it for at least $11,000.
Beautiful car. I'd love to take her home. It's just whether or not we can agree on a fair price for her.
You know, I've done some research on this car. There's only 1,900 of them that were made. I'm at 11.5.
I was thinking more like 8,500.
Oh, no, we're way out of the ballpark, darling.
Well, I mean, I would love to have this car, but there's some room for improvement here. You know, I've got little chips. I got a little cancer spot of rust down here, a little dent right here on this piece of trim. All that costs money.
She's wanting to negotiate. Now she's walking around this thing nitpicking it. Man.
What's your bottom dollar?
My bottom dollar is 11.5. She's staring me down like she's gonna stab my ass or something.
I'm not gonna give 11.5 for this car, but I would, I'll give 10.
For somebody who really loves these cars, she's being a real pain in the ass. Well, look, we'll go at 10.5 and a case of beer. How's that?
$10,500.
All right, you own it.
Wow, thank you.
Josh sold the 56 Studebaker for $10,500, $3,000 more than his gold price, making him a profit of $6,250.
I'm going to name her Miss Corinne after my grandmother, Studebaker, and I'm sure she'll bring a lot of joy into my life like she did.
Back at Atomic, that Bel Air engine turned out to be dead as a doornail.
Who just lets a car rot like this?
So the boys had themselves a brand new idea on how to salvage this flip.
Just kidding.
So, plan B. With the engine shot, we're gonna have to turn this thing into a roller for the next guy to get it running. And we can do this for cheap and still make a profit.
With a new plan to make the Bel Air pretty enough to flip, the boys are gonna have to prime it. To save every penny they can, Marty's gonna tempt the primer himself to give it a cooler look.
Wow, that's nice. Let's get jelly donut. That just looks delicious, doesn't it? It's not really working. I'm stirring the base into the primer, and all I'm seeing is pink. I may have just wasted $60. Damn it. I put too much of the... I start with too much primer. There's actually money in this material, and I can't just throw it out. I have to paint it.
You try and cut corners, you have to accept the consequences. But maybe no one will notice, Marty.
Holy dude, are you serious? I mean, that's real pink.
Isn't it pretty?
It needs sprinkles.
I really don't want to hear it.
You did realize what this was spraying out, right? This Bel Air looks like some little girl's Barbie car.
Dude, you break all the time. Now I can finally mess something up.
Oh, dude, I have a list. Number one, paint car pink that's supposed to be red. That's pretty expensive.
I'm thinking this is the last time Marty gets to paint a car on his own. Over at Old School Customs, the wagon's been painted, and it looks mighty fine.
I love it, man.
But Big Block still has to fix those pesky floor pans. And he claims that Frank hasn't given him the right tools for the job.
One of the ways you make money in business is not spending it. Sometimes you just have to make it work.
Man, I tell you what, these left-handed shears ain't worth a damn, especially when you're right-handed. These floor pans have got me pretty pissed off right now. It'd definitely help if you had the right tools to do this, I know that.
We have all the tools in the shop. Block just doesn't know how to use them.
Left-handed oh. Looks like a complete dumbass using that.
Block's like a little kid. I'm getting sick of his attitude.
Block, you looking frustrated, my brother.
I'm pretty frustrated, man. That metal's just way too thin.
Well, in a perfect world, I would go and get the proper gauge metal. This will work for our purposes, and we got to get it out, man. Just keep plugging on it, man, so we can put the carpet in. We need to get this car sold.
Yep.
You know, this car's very important to us. Getting the floor pans fixed right. I like things fixed right, and I don't want it half-assed.
When I tell you, do that, it shouldn't take 2 days to do it. You can't do a thing around here.
Really?
Except wash parts.
Tell you what, you keep raising your voice like that to me, man, we'll go to the ground. I promise.
You get the out of here.
That's ridiculous. You ain't got to yell at me like I'm a piece of man. You got to what?
You're going to do what?
You need to quit screaming at me, dude. There ain't no use in screaming at me for no reason, man.
If you don't like it, get your ass out. The best thing you can do from here on out is shut the up. I'm done.
Coming up on Texas Car Wars, Atomic's roller might not be moving.
You guys wouldn't take $2,500 cash? No. Man, I'm feeling good about the Studebaker. Now it's time to go have some fun. I started a car club. We're called the Model Citizens. We've got some nostalgic dragsters that are going to make a bunch of noise. Got it.
Over at Atomic, Marty managed to get a new coat of red primer on the Bel Air. Now all the boys have to do is get this car finished out. You better hurry. They have some potential buyers heading over soon.
Okay, so Brent and Roger, right?
That's correct. Good to see you again.
So this is what we talked about. Here she is, a 53.
Oh, wow.
After finding the engine busted and turning the car pink, the boys successfully turned the Bel Air into a nice-looking roller. Not too shabby, boys.
Beautiful. Brent and I have been building another 53 for about 4 years now.
It'd be a great candidate for a body swap, really. These buyers are exactly what we're looking for.
I see the trunk is kind of rusted out here. What?
Really, for the car, this is the only spot of rust on it.
On the front fender up here, there's a small indent.
Oh, this just was a dent that we basically hammered out the best we could and we skimmed it.
This sale isn't going so smooth. All in, Atomic ended up sinking $2,100 into this Bel Air. Their goal price was $8,000. They're hoping to still get at least $4,000 for it.
We're treading water as it is. We need this right now.
Let's talk about price. What are you guys asking for this?
$4,500. It's got a clean title. You know, it's in great shape. Got wheels and tires.
How about if I offer you $2,500 cash right now?
That's not gonna cut it. You know, I'm willing to come down to like $3,500.
I mean, without the wheels and tires, I mean, you guys wouldn't take $2,500 cash.
No. You know, we definitely want to get rid of all of it. I'll tell you what. Take the entire thing as it sits for $3,250. You'll never find a better deal.
Yeah. Anything?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think at $3,250.
$3,250? All right, cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Atomic just sold the 53 Chevy Bel Air for $3,250, making a profit of $1,150. Now, that wasn't their goal price, but all in all, not so bad, considering the car doesn't run.
We had to switch gears on this, go to a different direction. But come on, in a couple days, we made $1,150 in profit. I can't complain. High five, dude. Awesome, isn't it?
Back at Old School Customs, cooler heads prevailed, and the wagon flip got back on track.
I don't allow any fighting in the shop. I had to remind Dennis that we were all green once. As for Block, I'm going to get him a welder's manual for Christmas. The floor panels aren't perfect, but they're done. The Ford wagon, I would keep it, but I do like making money.
Frank was able to resist getting too attached to this wagon, and he has some potential buyers coming over to check it out.
How's it going? I'm Jorge.
Jorge, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. That's my wife, Ruby.
Ruby, how are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Well, y'all come and take a look.
Okay.
After all the fussing and feuding, the boys got this wagon looking good. I don't know about you, but I'm liking the looks of this car.
You got a chip in your door here.
In the paint?
Yeah.
Well, you know, that happened. I got to get these guys in the wagon for a test drive. They'll love the car. We'll take it for a little test drive. I'll drive you. Feel like you ought to have a couple of long boards on top.
Or you can do Elvis style and put an upright base right on top.
After splurging on a couple of extra items, Frank spent a total of just over $5,200 on this Ford wagon. He's hoping to get his goal price of $10 grand for it today.
I've got a number in my head. I don't have much wiggle room, man. I'm wanting $10,000 for the car.
There's some chrome in the back that needs to be fixed. There's a ding on the door. I'm hoping you can do touch-ups.
We do kind of have a budget. You know, we can't do any more than 85 or we're dead in the water.
These two are really working me on this car. They're annoying the hell out of me. I tell you what I'll do, man. One time, this is the best I can do. I'll spend a couple hours walking around, touching up the paint, but I'm not fixing anything else on the car. I'll take $9 grand. And that, buddy, that is a bargain.
I think we can write this man a check.
Yeah, I think we can do that. Can we shake on it?
Frank sold a '61 Ford Country Sedan station wagon for $9,000, making him a profit of $3,750. Not bad on this one, Frank.
She had the checkbook, man.
At the end of the day, Rodriguez Rod and Cycle made the most on their flip, taking home a whopping profit of $6,250 on their '56 Studebaker President.
Block may not be the most experienced.
Just it?
No. Block may not be the best welder, but he's a hell of a bouncer.
I do security at the clubs for Frank.
And we make those into 2X. Look like a sausage stuffed in there, man.
Pretty much anything he asks me to do. I mean, I'm there.
I can't do it.
My boyfriend.
I can't.
I know a little bit, you know, about cars, but I mean, I'm still learning.
Guys,